In health, education, cars, development, urbanization, AI is in everything and used for everything nowadays. It's a reality. And as the world adapts to this new normalcy, we've seen regulation, legislation, and policy frameworks approved around the world. The EU's AI Act, China's Generative AI regulation, the US's Executive Order on AI, or the UK's AI Regulator White Paper. The goal of these? To have responsible AI development in line with each region's situation. What I mean is that the interests of China are not the same as those of the US. For example, the EU tends to have strict tech rules, so let's take it as an example and explore. Do tight regulations on AI hinder or boost innovation? The AI Act is based on risk, going from unacceptable, like facial recognition, which is forbidden, to minimal risk, like that of video games, which has no obligations. The Act is legally binding for all developing in, using, or looking to import AI to the EU. There are high fines and audits to ensure compliance. From a user and citizen perspective, this sounds great. Our rights are protected and AI developers have more responsibility. So good, right? Well, depends on who you're asking. If you ask cities and the European Commission, strong legislation is the only way to responsibly develop AI and subsequent tools. It's a way to boost respectful tech and hold AI players accountable for misusing the tech and protect users and citizens. It also leads to a certain standardization so that opportunities are the same for someone from France and then someone from Lithuania, for example.
And I think we as policymakers at all levels in the EU, is our responsibility to support them in that, to make it easier for them to cross the cultural, the language, the other borders, through supporting regulation, again, for example, at EU level. And so much we spoke about the vilified AI and data protection regulations. Actually, what they help is that they create common rules for all actors across Europe.
But some AI developers have voiced concerns that tough regulation could hinder innovation, as fewer startups and small companies would be able to face high compliance costs, since they operate with more constrained budgets and don't tend to have legal teams. The fear of fines could also lead companies to pull out of certain projects, and audits, as well as the requirement for a lot of documentation, can delay time to market. This could all be devastating for some companies and even AI users. A tough regulation could lead the European market to be left behind. However, these concerns remind us of what happened when the GDPR, the General Data Protection Regulation, was enforced in 2018.
Oh, everybody said, oh, very heavy to implement, we will not do that, and this would not allow us to innovate. I think it's just too simple. It's a lazy answer. Usually, if you read hard the regulations, you can find ways of implementing what you need.
It's happened the same when the GDPR, okay, it's the same. Okay, when appeared the GDPR, everybody say, okay, we are gonna stop everything. We are not gonna go forward with our projects. I think this is not true, because there are many countries that have followed the GDPR of the US, and I'm following the same line. So I think it's going to happen something similar.
There was chaos at first, but now what we see is trust and adaptation. Not a single tech company now mentions any issues to comply. So do regulations hinder or boost innovation? I'd say a bit of both. They boost responsible innovation, but the balance is delicate. Tip too far, and regulation can start to weigh heavily on experimentation and speed. And it's not just about innovation alone, but about where it happens. Developers in tightly regulated regions may face higher upfront costs just to bring products to market locally. They will need to spend more money to create and sell in their region. So exporting to other regions will be even tougher, whereas others developing in more permissive areas move faster, generate revenue earlier, and can later adapt their products for stricter regions once they're established. This said, those that do it properly from the start will inspire more trust and attract more partners. So a balance is possible. It's just about cooperation.